Hello, everybody. We have had a wild week here. I have to first give like a huge thank you to my clients, my team, my family, everybody who's kind of just been patient with me this week as we have navigated the aftermath of the hurricane. Um, I brought my best friend with me today because she was born and raised in Avery County, North Carolina, where we are. We've spent a lot of this week trying to help there. So I was just going to bring her on and kind of have a conversation about what we've been doing this week and what's going on here. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. There has been a ton of misinformation and confusion and chaos this week. And like, we're here and we can try to clear up like what we can. We obviously only have our experience to talk on and our area to kind of speak about. Both of us have been kind of going 100% since Friday, and so I apologize that we're a little a little disheveled and not as quite as put together as I normally am when I show up here. But so this is my good friend Jess. Um, you want to tell us about where you grew up and what that's like, and
Oh
let's
gosh,
kind of like give some backstory about Appalachia and your life a little bit.
yeah. So I think for some of this, the most important thing to say in this context is just that I did not grow up near Asheville.
Yes,
I did.
yes.
So
Let's get that. Yeah, let's get that straight. Yep.
for people to like really understand. But so yeah, it was like I was 2 hours away from Asheville, so it's a long way. It's in Western North Carolina, but we're nowhere close. And the roads from where I grew up to them, they are treacherous on a good day. They're not fun. You're gonna get car sick. I don't know. You don't want to go there when there's any kind of inclement weather at all.
Just for context, I won't drive her parents' driveway. Like, I made her or her husband drive me up the driveway every time, and I love her parents, and I love their property, and I wanna go there every day, but even on the good days, I didn't feel comfortable driving my 4Runner on the driveways, so just throwing that
But
in there.
that's also what I love area. So we have a
Yes,
ton of tours because of that. And like
right.
I love it because of that. I love where I grew up. I mean, there are problems there like there are anywhere that anybody grows up, there's gonna be good and bad things about it. But yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of like your partner in life, right? It's like the thing that makes you love them so much is also the thing that makes you want to like, yeah. We don't know anything about that
No,
personally.
definitely not. Just so everybody knows, me and Jess have been friends for quite a while now. And we met when both of our partners were in the military, and we went through quite a bit together. Um, we were just talking yesterday on our way down the mountain about how, like, "Oh, this feels familiar. Like, this feeling that we're feeling together feels really familiar because we felt this when our husbands got deployed. And it's just, we're kind of in like a weird foggy space right now and trying to make sense of what's even happening when we're here in it. Um, so,
Yeah, it's confusing here, and we can like. So I just feel like if you're off from here, and maybe I don't even know, like this, the media coverage may not even be here still yet on a national level, so you may not be hearing anything about it. What you are hearing, it seems like a lot of it is from like the Asheville and surrounding areas. Um, and so, I've just been trying to get the information out there to people about what we're actually seeing with my own eyes, because again, like
yeah,
Shelby said, that's all that we really have to go off of. I don't know what's happening exactly in Asheville and Black Mountain, stuff like that, because again, that's not really, and it might look like it's near us, but it's not. It might be as the crow flies, but you don't get to drive a car as the crow flies.
yeah. And that's something for me moving here. Like, it's just 5 miles here is not the same as 5 miles anywhere else, honestly. Like, it's it's so different, and it's kinda hard to explain if you've never been to the mountains. I don't know. It's it's just a lot. So, I don't know. But we went
I'm
up,
cutting
Jess
out a
and
little bit. So
okay, I was wondering. Okay,
hard
for
to.
everybody who's listening, we have Wi-Fi and we have coverage, but it's been a little weird. So if Jess is cutting out on us, that's okay. Just let me know, Jess.
I think we're good.
Okay. Um,
Just robot. That
okay.
was the time. It's good.
So this morning, Jess and my husband went up again to kind of the middle of nowhere to bring some supplies, and poor Jess got hit with migraine up there, because we kind of just been going. She's been given too much is what's been happening. So she needed a little
Or
rest today.
I will preach all day long, like, take care of yourself or else you can't help anybody else. And I might have preached that to Shelby a couple times, but it turns out I'm not very good at listening to my own sermons.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so we had to take a little break, and so we thought we would just get on here and at least talk about what we're seeing and where we're at. I would say, I don't know, Jess, what do you think? It's real hard because it's a lot of people are asking how to help. And what do you think with that? Like, I don't know.
So I've definitely one thing that got me a little bit frustrated today was I was seeing a whole lot of things about just like on Facebook, because again, there's not a great way for me to get a read on things except for riding around these crazy roads that are even more crazy now. So honestly, I kind of have to go to Facebook a little bit to
Mm,
get my finger on the pulse. And there's a lot of people saying like, do not donate to local organizations, local churches, and just like groups and stuff like that are trying to help people out. That you only need to donate to like FEMA, TEMA. I'm trying to think, Red Cross, Samaritan's Purse, things like that. And I'm
right.
not saying like you shouldn't donate to those things. I'm not saying that at all. But I feel like right now saying don't donate to local organizations at all is just a little bit like honestly life threatening. Like I feel really dramatic saying that, but it's like
Right.
it's the reality. So right now there's a lot of people, you go on a country highway to a country road and then down a side road and then down another side road.
Yeah,
And
I would be completely lost if it wasn't for Jess, because I'll even think I know an area, like I'll hear a word and I'm like, "Oh, I know that place." And it'll be a different place with the same name, and Jess is tracking where it's at, and I'm thinking, "Oh, that's like over here." Uh it's
it's honestly hard for me. Like I haven't lived here my entire life, but like just about my entire life,
yeah,
And there are still like so many places that I've not been because it's just, I mean, like every nook and cranny, it could be like way more houses than you would ever think would be up a little tiny, treacherous in the middle of nowhere road. And so the people that are actually getting supplies from the larger stations, like down in the towns, down in the lower elevations, the people who are actually getting it up there to the people who are actually stuck and not able to get out, that's all I have seen personally is local people in Avery County. Again, this is where I want to reiterate, maybe they're flying it in like Spruce Pine, maybe they're flying it in around Asheville and stuff like that, and maybe they're doing a little bit of it in Avery County, but most of what I see with my eyes are people who I've went to school with, the parents of people who I went to school with, Cajun Shelby, just random people, hiking it in, taking it on horseback, taking it up in ATVs. And it looked honestly like you drive through Rome Mountain and you can see that there's flood damage. That's actually in Tennessee for reference, but it looks like there's no flood damage. But the problem is that you go up the side road and the road may literally be gone. Like the people cannot get out. Maybe able-bodied people can
yeah.
hike out, but older people and people with kids and stuff, they really can't safely get out of there. And I have some like anecdotes.
Oh no. We dropped her. Oh, she's coming back. Let's see if we get her back in.
I
Okay.
don't know how that happened.
I don't either. So you're saying you have some anecdotal.
Yeah, I
Okay,
got
we got
some. If
right.
nobody knows me, if Shelby knows me, I always have some stories.
Yes.
um, yeah. So I mean, like one day I was helping out from like Rome Mountain, and we were sending some people were wanting to help specifically into North Carolina, and so one kid, I don't even know who he was. He looked like maybe early 20s kind of age. He's just running stuff down to near out past Spear, a certain area that's been hit really hard. And he came upon a house that had, I think he said 9. He might have said 12. I really can't remember. It's his people. We'll just say 9 because that's bad enough. 9 people staying in this one house, one of which was a baby. And they had had no supplies since it all started. And that was probably, 3 days ago. So
Yeah.
they had no contact with anybody since the hurricane.
Yeah.
And so, I think there are people going that direction ish now, but I mean, the supplies that they need are a lot.
Right. Right. And the other thing we've talked about, and I just want to stay on here is like this is it's going to be a long-term thing. Like I don't want it to be, obviously. I want it to be fixed tomorrow, but a lot of people are going to be needing a lot of stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
Um and I do feel like there's been a lot of organization in the past day or two that seems like people
Yeah.
are starting to get organized, starting to kind of keep track of
They're
their
trying.
people in their community.
Yeah.
But when I say people, I'm saying like local people are keeping track of like, oh, I know so and so, and she has a nephew here and there, and it's the organization that is happening is because of the local people in the areas that we've been.
I
Of
wish
course,
not. I mean, people are saying just donate to FEMA and the Red Cross and they'll take care of it. I wish I would
yeah,
be
we
so.
don't want to do it anymore.
No, I'm a school teacher. I'm off work. Like my house is a wreck. I don't even have any
Yeah,
clothes, like clean clothes. I'm gonna have to do laundry. I got a migraine today. Like
yeah,
I would love to just wash my hands, and be like they got it. But the thing is, that's just not reality. And they
yeah,
would be organized things way better. And I'm not dissing on the people who are because they're doing what they can. But it's literally like teachers. I just spoke to another one of my former coworkers who teaches at a different school now, and he's just an English teacher. And
mhm,
they literally had him in Irwin helping to recover bodies.
yeah,
He was a part of that effort. He has cleared roads. He plans to hike with us tomorrow down Elk River. And people are asking him like, "Oh, how did you get your training?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" They keep asking. He's like, "My job. I'm an English teacher." And they're
yeah.
like, "What?" But there's no one else to do it. So I wish it was true that we
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
organization.
and I don't know, it's so hard because I do feel like there are so many people trying to help, but it's just, like, so in my humble opinion, as somebody who hasn't lived here very long at all, but long enough, I feel like I my job right now is to listen to people who know and do what we can, for people who know. And I'm getting a little it's hard for us, to it's hard for me to go into these places and just sort supplies. Like, I wanna be able to hike in, I wanna be able to help that way, and I know in theory, I could go with you, but, because of my kids and just but where I've been able to help is sorting supplies and buying supplies and bringing it to the people who know. And I don't know, like, I just don't fully think it's been communicated how these we have to rely on that right now. We
Yeah.
have to rely on the people who know, like you and your people know. And so we need to listen, is kind of, and when I say we, I'm even in like these organizations that are coming in that they know
Yeah.
how to organize things, and I'm glad they know how to organize things, but I'm worried, and I hope this is how it works, is that when they're organizing, they have the person who has been organizing all week with them when
Right.
they do the organizing.
They're
You know
not
what I
saying
mean?
that
Not
pick, like catch up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. And Jess, I love you so much. And I appreciate you bringing me to the mountains, even.
Oh, fit perfect. This puzzle piece, and you support so well. Like, you're a great listener. That's why you're my friend and Gage's wife. There, you're very. You listen to us rant. You're the
I
one.
love,
No, but seriously, you do an amazing job, and it's emotional for everybody,
yeah,
and I even get emotional when I see my friend crying, and then I'm emotional because people are hurt. It's an emotional. It's tough for everybody, but you do an amazing job, and like any way that you can help, any way that anybody can help is awesome. Like, there are things I thought of today that I haven't thought of this entire time.
yeah.
Like, I thought a lady on Facebook mentioned, like, how about we get an Amazon wish list for each location I know about and
Oh,
the needs, and like put that out. I was like, oh, that's an amazing
that's
idea.
brilliant. Yeah. Or the
But
bus route thing that we were talking about at the
yeah,
school yesterday. Somebody suggested
yep.
getting the bus route so we know where the kids are, and we hadn't thought of that.
You doing it is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Another one is like washing clothes. Like, anybody that can wash clothes, because down at
Oh,
Spear,
yeah.
no clean clothes. They're asking for just underwear and socks, and basically just have to wear the clothes that they've been wearing. But if they could at least change, they're just they're just asking if they could at least change their underwear and their socks. Um, but I feel like we can do better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's kind of
You're
the
welcome.
hard thing, I think, is that, right now and this week, people have been asking for the bare minimum,
Mhm.
um, and they deserve more than the bare minimum.
And everybody, because I see, so we do have a little bit of national and state presence in Avery County. I don't want to act like there's absolutely none of that, because I would never want to lie or mislead anybody. Like, we have seen some, but I haven't seen it in the areas that are more rural and are more like, honestly, are the people who would need it the most. So like we talked about, like, the land is beautiful. The same thing that's making this tough makes it wonderful in the good
Yeah,
time. You know?
yeah,
So we have a lot of resort towns and stuff, resort areas of the county, Banner Elk, Beach Mountain, Sugar Mountain, places like that. And that's where I see most of the, like, state and national efforts being sent. That's what I see. Again, like, please don't anybody come for me if that's like inaccurate at all. I know, like, where I'm going, and I know what I'm seeing, and I know the people that I see doing it. But the thing is like, it's just my heart hurts because I know what it's like to be stuck in a snowstorm up a holler as a little kid, and being scared, not knowing when you're going to get, like, resupplied or out of there. And so then just thinking about, other kids going through that, or worse, because this has been a long time, and it's going to be a long time. Or elderly people, sick people, stuff like that. It just breaks my heart. So it's like, they are asking for the bare minimum, and honestly, they deserve more. And it's not just the people in all of Avery County, and Carter County deserve more, not just the people in the resort areas. And I'm
right,
not saying by any means that those people don't need help or
right.
food or relief or whatever. I'm just advocating. It's just a place in my heart to advocate for those who don't always get advocated for.
And that is what Jess and I have been trying to do this week, is people that may have slipped through the cracks is, kind of where our focus has been this week. And honestly, because of Jess, we're able to kind of find people who need need it. And I appreciate you
Well,
taking me around, and everybody looks at me like, "Who are you?" And then I say I got Jessica Lunsford with me, and they light up and they're excited to see you, and you can just tell that that y'all know each other and are watching out for each other. It's incredible to see, the
They're
churches.
just
What?
everybody cares a lot. They're just
Yeah.
not sure of exactly what to do and
Yeah.
overwhelmed because
Yes.
yeah, I do feel like we've gotten some stuff to some people that really really needed it and things like that. But man, it's just overwhelming and I can't hardly sleep and I wake up at like 6 o'clock and that's as late as I can make myself sleep because I feel like I've just it's done like that much good and the need is massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's overwhelming, for it to be done by just random people. It really is.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, let us know if you have any questions or have heard anything that you want us to try to make sense of. If you'll comment, I'll look at it when I can. Jess, thanks for sharing here, but like just sharing with me and who you are as a person is, I love you.
You
And
know, thank you for everything.
and we'll
I-
keep going. We'll
yeah.
keep going. All right. Thanks, Jess.